Hello, my friends, and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel properties. So, the channel where I like to show properties for sale in a selected town by me around Italy. So, my friends, today I'm gonna bring you to a town in Apulia region. As you can see here, we are in Cisternino. Okay, Cisternino is a town in Brindisi Province, Apulia region. Okay, so basically here on the map we can see where Cisternino is. So my friends, sit back and relax and get ready to see the properties for sale at the moment on the Italian market here in this town in Apulia region. So let's start. Let's zoom in a bit. So let's go into Cisternino just to show you the town here on Google Maps. Let me close here to show you a bit. Okay, so this is one of the most renowned locations here in the south of Italy, in Apulia region. So we are here. This is Cisternino. So we are in Brindisi Province. We are not far from Brindisi Airport. We are also not far from Bari. We are in between Bari and Brindisi. And then we have many beautiful destinations around Cisternino. So we have Alberobello, famous for trulli, but also in Cisternino we can find trulli, Ostuni, Marina di Ostuni, Carovigno, Ceglie Messapica, and so on, Monopoli, Polignano a Mare, many beautiful destinations. So this area is called Valle d'Itria. That's the area, this area of Brindisi Province is called Valle d'Itria. Okay, next, let's go on YouTube to show you quickly. So if you want to have a nice view of the town itself, I would recommend you to go on this channel, on this YouTube channel, the Four Chains Travels. The Four Chains Travel is a nice channel, so they're showing you towns around Apulia, and the video is about a tour in Cisternino. So if you play the video, you can see anyway. Let me see, you can see the view of the town itself. So I will put the link into the description. So you can subscribe to their channel. Then here, if you want to join my Facebook group called Italy, a place to love, at the moment we reached 615 subscribers. But so let's start to see the properties for sale in this beautiful town in Apulia region. So Cisternino, Brindisi Province. Now, I hope you enjoy and relax when you're watching my video. This type of videos, let's say, is for you, to avoid the search. I do the dirty job for you. And so you can see, we can see together. Then, obviously, you can also repeat the search that I'm doing uh, from home yourself if you are interested in one of these properties. Okay, price, we don't select any minimum price, any maximum price. But on the size, yes. So wait a second. So we are gonna select at least 100 square meters size. Oh, I forgot. Let me unselect 1 second. This something very important when we do the search. So we see that properties for sale in Cisternino, Brindisi, Italy, we have 264 houses and flats for sale. All right, so now we can start our selection. Okay, so 1 second. Okay, minimum size 100 square meters. Then we go only for houses, no flats and no duplexes or penthouses. Okay, then with our selection, we exclude auction properties. Perfect. Then we don't want bare ownerships, no rented with tenants, so only available without any of the previous two restrictions. And then we select properties with at least 3 rooms, okay, and at least 2 bathrooms. All right, let's see now where our search brought us. So there were 200 and there were 264 houses for sale before, and now we dropped to 93. Okay, now the last step is to select from the lowest price. And then now we start seeing what's for sale in this beautiful town. And then if there is any interesting property, obviously I will jump in. Okay, the first one we see something, come on, I'm not even entering, estate in Via Raimondo, 10 rooms. I don't know, it's something in a very bad condition. Probably the one for 70 is exactly looks exactly like the same as that one. Okay, let's go for houses, for proper houses for sale. Okay, this one, the third one, which is now property number one. I named number one, number two, the one where I jump in, simply because if you want me to make a video just about a property in particular, it's easy for me to find it. So, property number one, villa in in Via Giovanni Verga, 95,000 euros, 9 rooms, 180 square meters. We present you with a fantastic opportunity, a house for sale, currently in its raw state. Okay, it's in a raw state. Characterized by a large living area with an open plan dining. Okay, let's just enter to see quickly the pictures. Okay, just to have a quick look. It says anyway that it's in a raw state. Yes, it is. So basically, sorry, the house is big, 180 square meters, 9 room. There is a potential, but obviously there is a big investment. If you want to go for this property, get prepared to spend at least to make it to finish the property, at least to spend 2 times more than you already spent. So I'd say after renovating, the price for this house could be 300,000. If we buy for 95 and we spend another 200,000, I'd say yes. Because, okay, here there is the calculation. Let's say 1,000 euro per square meter, the renovation cost per 180 square meters. We'll see that we are around 2,000 euro. So it could be even more than 200,000 euro, because they say in Italy the average cost for a renovation is 1,500 euro per square meter. So if it's 1,500 euro per square meter, the renovation cost here might go higher than 250. Okay, so I'm not interested to go to investigate more into this property. Let's see the following one. Let's see what Cisternino has to offer. Villa in Via delle Cave, number 20, Cisternino, so 115,000 euro, garage included, 5 rooms, 250 square meters. Inhabited and served area all year around. Double housing unit to be restored with annexed storage room. Okay, so has to be restored. Let's enter. Let's have a look. Just as for curiosity, to see what type of works this house is in need. The house itself from outside doesn't look bad. We are talking about 250 square meters. So it's a big house. It's in a better condition than the one before. So we have a floor, we have frames, window frames. Obviously, there is in need of renovation. Could be lower the renovation cost here. It depends. For example, if we want to keep the floor tiles, These wooden panels get rid straight away. Okay, very old floor, old bathroom, obviously. Anyway, we see that the house, anyway, there is a plot of land, probably. The house, it doesn't look, the house doesn't look very big, as they're saying, 250 square meters, unless, okay, we have an underground, piano seminterrato is a basement area, piano terra, ground floor, ground floor. Anyway, I don't see nothing interesting in this property. Okay, let's close. Again, there's a massive renovation work, another 200,000 euro again, and you can make your beautiful house if your budget is around 300,000. But maybe, as my philosophy says, obviously I'd rather spend 200,000 euro and maybe I find already something in a decent shape. So here we have another in a row state, row villa, 7 rooms, 120,000 euro, 200 square meters. Contrada means that we are in the outskirts of Cisternino, so we are not in the town. I will skip that, completely raw state. I'm wondering when I go, at what price I will find a property that is already in a good condition. Maybe, hopefully, this for 135. So, detached house in Via Giovanni XXIII. So, 135, 7 rooms, 185 square meters. Semi-detached villa of new construction for sale, Casalini Cisternino, so we are probably in the surrounding area. Semi-detached villa of new construction, currently under construction. So it's currently under construction. Okay, again, we have a raw state. I don't know if they will sell it as it is or they will sell it fully renovated, which I don't believe it. They sell it just like that. Again, if I see the square meters, 185, and the renovation cost for a square meter, I'd say we go over 200,000 euro. So, again, final price 335. Okay, let's go back. So we are at 135. Let's see this one for 140. This house, detached house in Via San Ilario, Cisternino. 140,000 euro, 9 rooms, 237 square meters. So we are talking about a big property. Now, partially stone built, located on the ground floor in Cisternino, Contrada Sant'Ilario. So again, we are also a bit in the outskirts. It consists of an entrance living room. Okay, let's enter. There are 54 pictures, which is a lot. Let's see. Anyway, we are in Cisternino. Now, I don't know how big is the house, which here there is a sign that they're selling. From outside looks good. And also from inside. Okay, now my friend, we are at 140,237 square meter. Let's do like this. Let's try to go on full screen. It's the first time now that I go. If the house is interesting, again, we have 54 pictures here, so let's have a look. Okay, here we have, looks like a living room in a good condition. Floor is new. I'd say it had been renovated recently. Recently could be 10 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe freshly painted. And we also see a beautiful vaulted ceiling, a star vaulted ceiling, beautiful, which is a plus. Okay, here we are on the ground floor. As we see, we have radiators. So the house is heated properly. Um, okay, so we are still in the same room, but it's nice to see without furniture, spacious. Okay, here we have an entrance hall with few steps. Here the doors are in a good condition by what I see. Okay, okay, so here we have a room also in a good condition. Maybe the electrical system, the electrical implant should be reviewed. It doesn't look very old, but maybe to change the sockets, just to put more modern sockets. I believe the wires have to be in a good condition. Okay, so here we are in another room. I recognize by the lamp here, because in each room, as you see, we can recognize only the rooms by the lamps, by the lights anyway. Chandelier here, chandelier, I think it's French. Okay, let's keep moving. We are still in the same room. Okay, still in the same room. Anyway, the house looks spacious. We have vaulted ceilings also here in the hall, in this corridor. Nice arch, portion of arch. I don't see, for example, stylish tiles, but anyway, the house is good, is in a good condition. Okay, here we have another light, here, lamp. So that means we are in another room. All the rooms have an heating system. The floor, the floor is the same for all the rooms, which is a good thing as well. They decided, not to mess with the floors. The rooms are quite spacious. Now, I'd say that for 140,000 euros in Cisternino, I'd say that this house has a very good potential, extremely good. Okay, now bathroom. The bathroom is not very new, but is in a good condition. So even if the bathroom is not brand new, I'd say maybe it was renovated 20 years ago, but was kept in a very good condition. I don't see broken tiles. Obviously, it can be upgraded to change all the bidet, toilet, maybe put a fancy shower, hand wash the hand basin. So it's possible anyway, not with a massive amount of money to renew. I guess we are in the kitchen, and I like this kitchen. So we have a massive fireplace, good fireplace. Now in Italy there is the option, I'm telling you, to make a thermo fireplace. Now, this is a very important thing. I don't know how many of you are familiar with this thermo. We call it thermo camino. Okay, fireplace in Italian is camino, thermo camino. I know many people have this type of heating system, so they are able to heat the hot water through the fireplace. The hot water is given to all the radiators. So in the winter is you also have the alternative. You may have the gas boiler plus the alternative to heat with with the fireplace, which is not a bad idea. For example, a lot of people are doing this. If you know the specific name for this type of heating system from the fireplace, let me know under the comment section. I like that in all the rooms we mainly have vaulted ceilings, in particular in the living room. So I see the fridge here, which I saw mainly was in the living room. Anyway, we have a very spacious kitchen, bright as well. I saw many rooms. So this is the fireplace looks a bit different in okay, no. The fireplace is the same. Okay. Anyway, it's a good fireplace in a good condition. Okay, here we are in a room with different tiles. Okay, probably this is a pre-bathroom. Probably interesting space. Also, the bathroom here we see that is a was renovated, was made 20 years ago. Anyway, this is an interesting room. It's not a bedroom. I won't use it as a bedroom. Could be, I don't know, a pre-bathroom. Maybe possible to make something bathroom related. Again, we have maybe to make kind of little jacuzzi. Don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, if you want to upgrade the bathrooms, bathrooms. It's always nice nowadays to have kind of nice bathrooms with I don't know, even with television. So here we have the radiator, again the tiles, the floor. They are old but in a good condition. Interesting. Anyway, this bathroom is quite spacious. Here we are again in that pre-bathroom room. Okay, here we have a little storage space. Here we have extras. Wow, this looks like it was a garage before. Beautiful star vaulted ceiling. This part of the house could be used in a different way. We see that there is water, so it was a kind of a kitchen. There is a fireplace. Obviously, we have a shutter here. That means that it used to be a garage and then had been changed the use. But we have a beautiful star vaulted ceiling here. It could become a separate, I'm sure this is a separate house, could be a separate house to be rented out apart from the house, from the other one, from the other portion of the house. Is You can see that from the fireplace, so from the kitchen, it's possible to go into this area. Interesting. Okay, here we have another room. You see, for example, that the floor in this part of the house is different. So this is an older floor comparing to the other one. So this part of the house, they just renovated partially, but they put, let's say, a cheap floor. This is what they used to be, cheap floors, but again, could be used not as part of the living area of the house. Interesting. Plenty of space, massive. Okay, here we are already in, let's say, in the courtyard of the house. Should be clean, should be a bit upgraded. Interesting. Here there is a wooden fire, as we can see that it used to be for baking. We have tap, but we are already in the outdoor part of the house here. Okay, so we have even a second floor here. The stairs in a very good condition. Okay, here we are on the first floor. That probably has only a small room and leading to the terrace with a beautiful view. Anyway, the terrace can always be used, for different moments of the day with the view here. There's no sea view, but we have a beautiful view on the olive groves. All right, then partially in the town itself. I like this house. Another portion of the house. Very interesting. Wow, for this price, I'd say so. Ground floor. That's very, very interesting. Antibagno. Yeah, it was a pre-bathroom. I was right. Kitchen with a fireplace, living room, bedroom, stairs here. That's what it was. The garage. Very interesting house. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Floor plan. This is a potential floor plan, like the house could be. That's very, very interesting. So it could be two separate houses. One here because you have bedroom, and then we have another portion of the house. That's an interesting property. Let's see, let's see. I will keep an eye on this property because it's very interesting, and Cisternino has a huge, huge potential. Now, I want to bring to your attention, if I can spend 140,000 euro for this house, which is already in a very good condition, I need to spend just maybe 20, 30,000 euro on top of this if I want to make two beautiful bathrooms. And then I have to spend nearly the same amount of money for something in a raw state. You see, here we have another one in a raw state for 145. I would go for this one. This is a very interesting property. 237 square meters, 9 rooms. Property number one. Property number one. Okay, now let's keep the 145 detached house in Via Duca d'Aosta for 145,000, 3 rooms, 110 square meters. We see that the price is higher of the one we just saw, and the house is smaller. 3 rooms and 110 square meters. Let's have a quick look. Okay, we enter. It's a small property, small. It's not very small, okay. 110 square meters, I'd say 3 rooms, maybe not many, many rooms. We are in the very old part of Cisternino, huge potential, obviously. I'm talking about, sorry, just one second. I'm talking about also huge potential, has a rental income, 145,000 euro. Let's go as well on full screen just to have an idea. So we have a beautiful entrance. Okay, here we might have problem with the parking space. That's another story. But lovely alley, little lane with beautiful flowers, decorated nicely, well kept. Okay, then let me go back. So probably this is the entrance door. So entrance door on ground floor, and then we have stairs leading to the upper floors. So then here I can already see two doors leading probably to new electrical implant, anyway, electrical system. All right, so here we have a lovely kitchen, not very big, okay, but I see windows, very in a very good condition, lovely floor, wooden floor, vaulted ceilings. I can also see it. So 145,000. Okay, here we have a small single bedroom, but in a very good condition. Floor, old style. Again, this cheap old style floor that it was common in the 60s and early 70s in Italy. But there is a kind of fashion now to go back to this type of tiles. So, okay, then here we have a very good bathroom, renovated kind of, I can see recently, no more than 10 years ago. We see the radiators, the wall radiators. I can see this new type of toilet. Frames, the window frames are very good. Okay, yes, you see the water container, the basin water for the flush is inside the wall. That's already after 2000, after year 2000. Okay, here we have another small kitchenette. That's interesting. We have air conditioning. I'm wondering if it's a separate. It's interesting. I would like to understand if it's a separate apartment or it's still part of the same apartment. Maybe on the when we saw the stairs from the entrance door, we saw two separate doors. Maybe are two separate apartments. We can read the description later. All right, we have the kitchen. Everything looks in order. Okay, this is a studio, and this is probably one, but this is exactly the same that we saw before. I recognize the table. This was the first one, and this is another one. Okay, so this is a studio. Rental income potential. Radiators, we have everything in order. Okay, this is the other one. Interesting. So there are two separate apartments, small, but one is a studio. That's interesting. Now I see this door here. I'm wondering if it's on the second floor. Let's see, we'll read the description. For now, let's have a look at the pictures, which are all good. Anyway, I see radiators, I see ventilator, I see air conditioning. Again, this is the type of house that I would go for, simply because there are no renovation works to do. Okay, again, a modern bathroom, which is not in need of renovation. Beautiful terrace. Okay, okay, lovely. For the evening times, for the dinner times. Interesting. Water cistern, an extra for the water. Okay, so looks like, no, okay, we are on the same level. So here the floor plan is a bit not easy to understand. We have floor plan. So we have a first floor, primo piano, with the stairs leading from, and then we have one studio, and then we have piano secondo, second floor. Okay, let's close and let's read quickly the description, because independent house for sale in Cisternino, first time on the market. Independent house with two mini apartments and panoramic terrace. Okay, very good investment. Have you ever dreamed of owning a property in the heart of one of Italy's most charming villages, immersed in the magical atmosphere of the Itria Valley? This is your chance. Um, in Cisternino, a gem of the Murgia, they truly and sought after destination for travelers from all over the world. We offer for sale an independent house already used as a B&B, perfect as both a tourist investment and a multi-family private residence. Very, very interesting. Versatile layout, two independent mini apartments, ideal for short-term rentals, families or group of friends, exclusive outdoor spaces, fully equipped panoramic terrace, perfect for breakfast with a view or sunset aperitifs, strategic location right in the historic center on the main street, just steps away from traditional restaurant, artisan shops, and all essential services. Layout: ground floor, private entrance and internal staircase. First floor, two independent rooms with private bathrooms. First mini apartment. Second floor, apartment with kitchen, bathroom and double bedroom. Second mini apartment. Third floor, equipped panoramic terrace, ideal for relaxing or entertaining. Okay, then why Cisternino? I'd say this house, property number two, is a good one, and for 145,000 euro, it has a great potential. All right, now here we see another one, very, very interesting. Okay, here I see already, this is a graphic image. So, detached house in Contrada Tesoro. Do you want to build the house of your dreams or start a business in a strategic location, nestled in the tranquility of the countryside? Okay, let's enter. Okay, this is a computer graphic image. Then, okay, here we have the house from outside, and I see a beautiful house. So with garden, fruit trees, space, interesting property. Okay, I like here that at least they are showing you how you could you change the house. So basically, they show you the raw state and potentially how the property it can turn. The raw state, the good thing of this house is that the raw state is already not in a very bad condition. Then obviously can be upgraded as we see here. Bright, lovely arches. We see. Anyway, here this is an interesting property. Very, very interesting. I'd say 150,000 euro. We are talking about 271 square meters, 10 rooms. Probably it has a huge potential. Garage included, garden. The price is not high. Obviously, if we want to renovate at a very high standards, it depends. Could go. I will try to keep as much as it is without changing. I would focus just, for example, on the heating system where I don't see radiators, for example. The frames, wood and insulated frames, double glazed windows, if not triple. Okay, here, for example, we see that there were the radiators and they've been removed. Now, I won't spend too much time into this property. I see a potential. Ooh, what an interesting bathroom. I like it. It's old, but it's interesting with this arch. I would make a sauna here, but we don't need sauna in Apulia anyway. But you see the way they show you here, potentially, the bathroom. I would put a jacuzzi there. Spacious enough to put a small jacuzzi. Okay, it's an interesting property. The garage with a good amount of, okay, we saw a bit of raw estate, for example, here, but it's not really a drama. Possible with 100,000 euro to upgrade this house at a very decent level. Maybe not at the same level as they're showing in these 3D, in these graphic pictures, computer graphic images. Olive Grove, interesting. Property number three. Yes, I'd say I can call this property number three. We are at 150,000. All right. Then, following one, 160. Six rooms. Anyway, I go back 1 second to the previous one because 271 square meters. You can dream, you can build the house of your dreams for sure, or start a business in a strategic location. Yes. All right, then 160,000 euros. Let's have a quick look here if it's worth it or no. I see a raw state, everything in a raw state. They're asking big money for a house in such a raw state. Put another 300,000 or 250 at least. Maybe not. Maybe between 200 250 considering the square meters, 140 square meters, six rooms. We are in the outskirts. We are not in the town. Oh, here if you want to purchase a trullo, let's have a look. Let's enter. If your dream is to have a trullo, maybe this one could be the right one for you. Estate for sale in Contrada Colucci. So they're asking 165,000 euros was the square meters, 117 square meters, 10 rooms. Let's see, I'm curious about the Trullo. Okay, I see it is in a raw state, but so let's have a look. Let's go full screen. Just now, here we have Cisternino. Here we are in the outskirts of Cisternino. Now, it will be interesting to understand which I guess this could be the property. I guess. Let's have a quick look. Okay, this is a computer graphic image. Again, again, again. Okay, so it's in a raw state, has to be completely renovated. These are the two truly, so two truly at these two here, looks like the one on the left. That's interesting. Anyway, we have a decent road. Sometimes in these areas, roads are a bit narrow. I don't know if two cars are ready to drive. This is the only discomfort you might have in this countryside area. Anyway, we have a fully raw state, but it's a trullo. Again, you see, for me, in my opinion, this is not the time to go and invest a lot of money in renovations. But again, if you want to make the house of your dreams, or potentially it has a big potential. Okay, now let me close here because I see it's a raw state. It's a beautiful trullo, but that's not what I would go for personally. Then let me know. So at the moment I saw property number 3, number 2, number 1. For me the best one at the moment is this one for 140, or but 140, also this one for 145 with separate, with two mini apartments. Okay, 165, 165, 12 rooms, 218 square meters, real estate compendium consisting of two houses located a few meters from each other in Cisternino in the Don Peppe Soul district. Okay, let's see at the condition of the house. Okay, let's enter because enlarge photo. So say spacious. Okay, so basically here we have the entrance, we have the car parked. Okay, I see olive groves around. I'm trying to understand the perimeter. Not very easy to understand the perimeter of the house. Okay, so we might guess that is this one here. All right. Look what a beautiful trullo they renovate here. Maybe here initially there was a trullo and they just get rid, I don't know, but let's have a quick look. Okay. Anyway, interesting property. Interesting. Okay, so it is a bit old, but in a good condition. Obviously, furniture again is a bit old. Toilet again built 1985. You see here on the top, but in a good condition. Was never destroyed. That's interesting. Should be kept. Could be kept even like this, simply because it's in a very good condition. Then we have a bedroom. I read a many square meters, so we have radiators, floors, the tiles are not the best, but they are all in a good condition. So the property was well kept. Again, old furniture, but the property was well kept. So we can't say it's totally destroyed. So we see here, imagine it empty, freshly painted, changing the frames. I would go always for a good insulation system to avoid losses of the heat. Another bedroom, outdoor space, another bathroom. This one is a bit older, same period, but it still looks in a good condition. Now it's because we see the ladder, things are not maybe very well kept, but beautiful olive tree, front of the house, Okay, here we have another kitchen. Floor old but good. New entrance door. Here I see new frames, air conditioning, wooden stove. Here there is a wooden stove for cooking, which it wasn't used, but we see it's covered. But nice to have a wooden stove, radiators, another bedroom, air conditioning, floor in a good condition, another bathroom, another bedroom. Wow, this is a big, big villa with plot of land. Interesting. So let's have a look at the floor map. We have, okay, let's say veranda. From the veranda, we have patio, veranda. We enter into the kitchen, one bedroom, second bedroom, and bathroom. Okay, that's all they show as a floor plan. They don't. Two floor plans. I don't see. I see only one map. Doesn't look as big as they're saying, but they were showing a lot of rooms. The floor map, I mean, doesn't look correct, but beautiful property, beautiful, in a good condition. 165, maybe also chance to bargain, you know, never know. Cisternino, what a quite interesting, and prices, yes, a bit high, but with a very huge potential because Cisternino is one of the most renowned areas. I know a lot of British and Americans are keeping an eye constantly on this location. There's a good community of expats which they are buying here simply because it's a beautiful place where to live. People are friendly, the weather is nice, so close to the airport, in between Bari and Brindisi Airport. You have multiple buses daily from Brindisi, so you don't need to rely necessarily on trains. I'm sure there are more than one bus a day from Bari, even from the airport, even from Bari Airport. Okay, detached house for sale in Via Regina Margherita. Let's see, 170,000 euro, 150 square meters, 7 rooms. I'm wondering now which one is the house. Is it this one? Would be nice in the center with some parking space, reachable by car. Interesting roof. So we see that there are vaulted ceiling under. Um, all right, so we have a view over the town, over the olive groves. Let's keep looking at. We have more stairs here leading to an upper floor, an upper terrace. Okay, so probably this is the highest. Wow, with this view on this cathedral, on this church, Baroque. So in this Puglia style church, beautiful. I always like to have a view on history myself, or I have a panoramic view, or I have to have an historical view. So these are the two things. I don't tolerate to see just another house in front of me, or I have to have a big panoramic view, or I need to have an historical view, like on in front of an old church, in front of a castle, alley, lovely alley, historic, something historical. Okay, so here we have the view on the square, beautiful. Okay, anyway, we are quite high here. Okay, here anyway, the pictures now are focusing on the terrace. I'm wondering where when they go into the house. There are 53 pictures. But anyway, we have a view. We have a lovely view. Okay. So we are into the house. Now, I'd say I'd say it's okay. I'd say it's okay. I would keep the tiles. The floor tiles, yes, I keep it. Maybe I would remove these brown parts here. We call battiscopa in Italian. So when you hit with the brush against the wall, you don't dirt the wall, let's say. You don't make dirty the wall while you're cleaning or while you're washing. Battiscopa, very, very important. In every house in Italy, you find battiscopa. So scopa is brush, all right. Battere is to heat. So something that protect the wall when you're brushing or washing with a mop. Okay, we have radiators, large and bright. I like, I like. Obviously, beat all doors, but I would keep everything as it is. I would try to keep the style, the original style of the house here. Tiles, let's say they are beautiful. They are not the most expensive tiles, but it's a lovely design, and for sure this is a design 70s, was a kind of expensive design in the 70s, not the most expensive but a decent one. Also here, not the cheapest, let's say. Then we have radiators. I would get rid of this type of curtains, don't like it at all. 150. Okay, here we have another design here of the tiles. Again, they were not the cheapest back in the days, in the 70s. I'm not saying 80s, already in the 80s they were not popular anymore, this type of design. But I would keep it totally. Anyway, what I see, very good condition. 170,000 euro, 150 square meters, 7 rooms. We are in the center of Cisternino. That's the top. And believe me, not major works, just the bathrooms. I haven't seen the bathrooms. Another bedroom. Okay, here we have a modern tiles. Here probably this room was renovated in the late 80s or early 90s. You see the difference between the tiles. Okay, the bathroom is old. Bathrooms, we are, let's say, maybe 1985, 1986, old, 30 years old bathroom. So, but to go for a new, lovely, there is a space to put a big shower here, for example. That's very interesting. Now, wait a second. I have an issue with my battery. Okay, fix it. All right, yeah. It doesn't need massive amount of money to remake this bathroom. Let's say with between 5,000 to 6,000 euros possible to make a very beautiful bathroom. All right. Okay, so here we have the stairs leading to the floor. I like this wooden hand. I don't know the name in English anyway. Write down in the comment section where you're hanging the hand, where you put your hand while you're working the stairs. Okay, it seems like we have only one bathroom. That's all I see. I wish this property had more than one bathroom. Ground floor. That's not even the ground floor. It's interesting. I like these tiles again here. Very, very interesting property. I want to read the description. Spacious. Okay, here we see the tiles, star vaulted ceiling. Here we are probably on the ground floor. Or maybe not, I don't know, I'm not sure, but tiles 90s. Interesting. Kitchen, dining room. Very spacious this house. Very, very. Okay, here we have another bathroom. under the stairs, radiators, stall vaulted ceiling, freshly painted. The thing that even if the things are a bit old, they were kept very, very well. So that's why I would go for this type of house. Beautiful hall, beautiful, nice, nice. I like this floor, very nice. I like that they kept the old floor wherever they could, let's say. Okay, here we have the entrance. Here we have a view on the square, beautiful. Okay, here we have an old kitchen, maybe. Okay, another small bathroom. Looks like another independent area on a different floor with the potential, with the potential. Okay, I've nearly seen. Okay, so basically, I think this is the property we are talking about. Quite spacious. Oh, a Fiat 500, beautiful. Look how small it is compared to the new car. And I remember traveling for 12 hours, me, my father, my mom, and my sister, when I was a child, driving from Torino to Montemilone in a Fiat 500 like this was a normal thing. All right. When we were poor, when Italians were poor, or they were start getting rich. Yeah. Okay, no, I'm joking. Okay, here we have all the floor plan. Wow. Anyway, beautiful house. I don't remember if it's property number 4 or 5, but let's say 170,000 euro. Okay, my friends. Okay, let me go back. I think this is the last property I'm viewing. We reach 170,000 euro. So then it's a pity for 170 we have a few other properties. Interesting, interesting, lovely. Maybe I will make another video. The next video about Cisternino will be from 170,000 onward. There is also this, what I like, good condition. Anyway, the one I saw, this one, the last one for 170, I really like. Then we have 195, 200,000. Wow, let's have a look to this one for 200,000 quickly because the video is already a bit long. No, I think I will make one more video. And then anyway, if you want to see the property you like, you know what to do. You go on Idealista, just repeat the same search and you will find this property easily. Okay, my friends. Now, from Cisternino, Valle d'Itria, Brindisi Province, Apulia Region, I wish you a lovely day and I'll see you here on Italy, a place to love YouTube channel properties. So sit back and relax and enjoy the videos with Antonio. Bye.